Good morning, my football fanatics. It's the Morning Spike. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Alec. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's New Year's. It's a new year, new me. So let's get this going.
Honestly, I feel horrible. I hate this
Oh,
time of the year.
why?
This is the worst time of the year. You know why? It's the
Why?
last week of the damn regular season. Unless you start to it's like it's like Groundhog's Day for me. I feel like we're pulled up to Groundhog and we're seeing the shadow. We know there's only 6 more weeks until wintertime comes, because wintertime really starts once football ends.
Yeah.
And that's when it's the worst time of the year. You ain't got no sports to watch, and basketball's not important yet, and hockey's not important yet, and we're just sitting here waiting for baseball to start. Worst time of the year. So I am not looking forward to it, even though I do get to break down some of these players, the college players. I'm gonna tell everybody why Mendoza's a terrible person to pick. First of all, overall, any team like the Raiders that does that is stupid. But that's good times. But I just don't understand why we're doing this, and I hate this time of the year. But it's the end of the regular season, and we get to go into the playoffs, and then we get the best weekend of the year when it's wild card playoff on Saturday. Oh my god! And you have a game every day that matters. I love it. What's up, Spider? Did you see? Guys, see my comment and say hi? Oh, always. Anytime I see you,
Spider. Hi. Hello, welcome in. Happy New Year's.
Hey, I got your comic book right here.
Ooh, see, he's a big fan
all the time.
Swing over to his house real quick.
Very cool. But I'm looking at this stuff. This has to be any football league, fantasy league that goes to week 18 is a terrible league.
I agree. It's not one I'd play in, that's for sure.
I mean, your commissioner should be tar and feathered and made to eat waffles at a Waffle House for 24 hours.
Waffle House. He's not good enough for Waffle House. He needs to eat on the street.
On the street, I don't know who's giving them pancakes and waffles. No, they be there. He has to pay the bill and he has to sit there for 24 hours and eat waffles. That's a great punishment. I love that one.
So. Oh, I bet you do.
All right, so what are we watching for late? I was looking at this. So Dalton Kincaid, Rome Odunze, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pacheco, Xavier Worthy, Kamani Vidal, Blake Corum, Tyler Higbee, Devontae Adams, Devon A-Chain, and Jalen Waddle all might not play today.
Wow.
That's just the late games. You want to see the list of the early games? I have it scrolling down below right here. So we got Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Tavion Wicks, Nico Collins, and Phillip Rivers, who will retire again. They think he's going to have a ceremonious snap and him get the ball and then walk off the field again because he's 100 years old. He's literally in football years. He's 125 years old. He's called Philip Methuselah Rivers. He's like the oldest thing ever, and
he's so good. He's still so good.
Is he good or is he just not terrible?
No, he's good.
No, he's not terrible. He's not good.
I mean, could you
go
just
ahead
walk
and be your
on
star quarterback?
Hey, no, I'm not saying he's going to be a star quarterback for years to come. All I'm saying is that if you retire in 2020 and you come back on in, 4/5 years out of retirement and you're just still slinging that rock like you haven't missed a step, that's talent.
He can't throw the ball.
What do you mean he can't throw the ball? He was throwing the ball just fine.
And not throw the deep out. And he says it. I can't throw the deep out. He has shoulder problems. He can't throw the deep routes. And that's why he was dinking and dunking great. He understands offense. He understands how it goes. He's a coach. He knows how to get the ball to the player he needs to go to, but he can't stretch the field. I think and that's the biggest issue. He can't stretch the field right now. If for a team, so Indianapolis should have called him earlier, in my opinion. And I think they could have won a little bit more, two more games if they would call him earlier. But he can't stretch the field.
A playoff team.
I think the problem was that the Texans aren't losing. The Texans and the Jaguars just don't lose, and the Bills are the other wild card team. Like who are they going to beat?
Oddly enough, if they would have won just a few more games, they would have knocked the Bills out of the playoffs.
I know, which is crazy. When you look at the AFC playoff setup, it's nuts. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like the bottom teams are the better teams.
You might be right.
So speaking of that, who do you think wins this game against the Steelers and Ravens?
Man, the Steelers had it. All they had to do was beat the Cleveland Browns. The Browns, mind you, who are not a good team.
It was Shador without Fannin and Myles Garrett not getting sacks, still beat them.
I know. All you had one job. You know who else had one job? Oh, I don't know. A team that could have cough. I mean, they did win against the Panthers, but they would have won the previous week. They would have won the division, but no, they had opportunity. So even though I'm saying that, I'm still going to go with the Steelers. Even though that happened, I'm still going to go with the Steelers.
Guys, you don't know from behind the scenes, this man over here hates Lamar Jackson. That's
what it is. Hate Lamar.
He hates Lamar Jackson.
He glazes Lamar, and when Lamar doesn't do good, he'll be like, "Oh, he's hurt. He is hurt.
We know he's hurt.
That's why they're not doing good.
They're wheeling him out on the field and dumping him out, and then they're like, it's like he's not hurt.
Well, fun fact: only one of their losses was because of their backup. Every other loss was because of Lamar. All right,
him being hurt this season, but honestly, they don't want to go. They don't want to go into the out there and miss the playoffs with Lamar on the bench, and they would rather have him.
Or the real question is, will he have and I hope this doesn't happen, by the way, for fantasy purposes, but what if he goes out there, plays his hardest, and then he has the same injury that Mahomes does? Then what do you do?
Why would I ever wish an ACL surgery?
I'm not wanting that for him, but I'm just saying that maybe they should rest him.
I said that he hates him, right? And then the next day, I don't hate him. I just hope he tears his ACL.
I do not.
Literally what he just said. You guys were here. You all heard him say it.
I hope not, but maybe they should rest him if he's hurt. If he's hurt, they should arrest him. Brian, get out of here with that.
He literally said, I don't hate him. I hope he tears his ACL. You guys heard it here first.
You're the same guy who thinks that the Rams are going to be the best team in the NFC.
100%.
They're not, though.
I still think so. And I think seeing that game last night really kind of even puts an exclamation point on my feelings, because I think San Francisco is an okay team.
Okay.
But Seattle's a much better team. And Seattle and the Rams are really neck and neck. Those are the cream of the crop. If I'm doing anything, I'm trying to avoid the Rams like the plague. I would rather play the 49ers 10 times out of 10 than have to play the Rams.
See, and I have the exact opposite approach. But we can get to that later.
Well, both teams will lose. I mean, you will lose to both teams, so it's okay no matter what. No worries about that. Go ahead. Let it happen.
Let it happen. Golly. What's
interesting is the 5th seed in the East actually is probably the best seed you want. You want to be on the 5th seed because that 5th seed is probably going to play, most likely going to be Carolina. Even with Tampa Bay winning last night, most likely it's going to be Carolina, because what happens the Saints have to beat the Falcons for the Bucs to come in, and Chris Olave is not playing.
Nope.
There's no one on the Saints that I mean, Shuck can shuck that ball around. Don't get me wrong. But I think if Atlanta wants to win, they win.
Well, I think it will be interesting because Atlanta should win, right? But that quarterback has been surprisingly pretty well for the Saints. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, no, Shuck is pretty good, man. I have no problems with him. Yeah. I think that they might have found their future quarterback, and you need to go ahead and build around this guy, and see what he can do when he actually has blocking and a running back that's not dead. What?
I agree a little bit, Anthony, a little bit with his take right here.
Don't depend on the Seahawks. The The defense is good, but their offense is not scary. Well, this is why that I feel like the Rams are better than the Seahawks. I just think the Rams have to be focused, and that's what worries about them for me. I feel like if the Rams aren't focused, any team can beat them. But if they are focused, I don't think that any team can beat them. In the NFC. I think they're the most talented team out of everybody. Looking at how the playoffs are probably going to line up, with Seattle probably getting the bye. Looks like they've locked on that number one seed.
Yep.
Chicago most likely it's going to play Green Bay. Most likely. Because I think the NFL it's a script. If I look at the script, I'm pretty sure it's going to say Chicago or Green Bay.
And
then most likely. I think Philly,
if the refs don't do anything,
Philly will most likely play the Rams, which is very scary because I picked that as my NFC Championship game. And then that's actually the first round of the playoffs. I don't think Philly wants to see them.
That'll be exciting because they'll be in Philly.
But I don't think the Rams want to have to fly to Philly. But that's the wrong quarterback if you want to, scare him about weather. Matthew Stafford don't care about weather. And then
he sure did last year.
No, I don't think he really matters. It wasn't an indoor game. What are you talking about?
No. They played in Philly and it was a snow game in the playoffs.
I'm not worried about them. They're the only team that gave Philly the troubles. I don't know why he always tries to revisionist history person, but whatever. And then San Francisco against Tampa Bay or Carolina. I think San Francisco demolishes whoever they play. It doesn't matter which one it is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You say what you're going to say. And then
Sure. So looking into the playoffs, I think it's 50-50 ball between who gets the second seed. It all just depends on if we both win or if my team wins, then they get it. As long as you lose, your team wins. It doesn't matter. Trust me. It feels 50-50. It feels 50-50. Whoever wins gets it,
No, it doesn't. Because if we win, you lose. You can win too, and we still get it. That's the definition of 50-50.
Hey. Either you're getting it or I don't, right? Okay, good. That's what I'm saying. But let's assume that the Bears magically get the second seed and they can beat the Lions, the terrifying Lions. Ooh, so scary.
Without Amon-Ra St. Brown, it sounds like Gibbs is going to only play the first quarter.
I know,
they're resting all their starters, just like the Bears are resting theirs.
It's going to be who wants to see that preseason game, guys? It's going to be great.
It is.
But on a serious note, if the Eagles are most likely to get to the third seed, I'll tell you there are only 2/3 teams that I think truly would give the Eagles trouble. And I'm going to talk about it like this. The only 2 to 3 teams are, I think, the Seahawks, because the Seahawks have had the Eagles number since 2008. They've been a team that dominated the Eagles primarily all that time. Another team I actually believe would be the 49ers, because that coach, the way that they are, I don't care how hurt they are. The fact that they're even going to be like a 5th seed with all the injuries that they had is very impressive. That tells you that they have a great coach, they have a great system. That team also can scare me a little bit just because the way that our offense is. It's the OC. Let's be real. It's not Hurts. It's not everybody else. It's the OC. It has been. You've seen him in the interview literally say, "Oh, we were just calling some of these plays just to call them. Yeah, we knew it was a bad matchup, but we just had to, drain the clock." I'm like, that's stupid. What are you doing? What are you, high school?
All this matters is that every team in this playoffs could beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what it is.
That is a lie. And the third team, only if we're playing in Chicago, I think could be the Bears.
Yeah, because you can't stop the run. That's the issue.
No, that's not the issue.
I think Green Bay would be a hard time for you guys too. If Green Bay runs the way they ran against the Bears, they changed the way their offense was.
So the interesting thing that we bring up here is, can you stop the run? They absolutely can. They had a horrible game against the Bears. They did not have a horrible game against really anybody else. And that includes the Rams.
You guys,
let's not forget, they shut down the number 1 rush offense, Buffalo Bills, who averaged, almost 5 yards a carry.
It's the type of runs. It's the type of runs. What Philly is great is they're very athletic. They're fast. They're so quick. They pursue unbelievably. They are excellent. I don't want
Now,
you. I don't want anyone to misunderstand what I'm saying. This offense, they can run it right down your throat. They can stop anything on the outside. They are so quick. They're reactive, great. You know what they can't do? Handle someone who's double teaming them playing power offense, power ball, and that's the issue. I think like a team like the Ravens will be a problem for them.
The Ravens,
a team like them will be and who's the better team? Philly's the better team. A team like the Ravens will be a problem for them. Certain matchups is styles. It's styles that scare me.
So
certain things.
I
think Seattle will be a problem for Chicago.
See, I think Seattle can be a problem. Am I scared of the Rams? No, I have. There's zero reason to be, and I'll give you some reasons to back that up. One reason is going into the playoffs. What matters more, having an offense or a defense? A defense, 10 out of 10 times. You can win a Super Bowl based off of defense, not based solely off offense. And we've seen that through history. Even look back at the number one offenses when they went up against number one defenses. Who won those games? The defenses. So the Rams themselves look on paper like a complete team, but they struggle against one particular team, and that is the Eagles. As long as
you paid them one time in
nope.
Dude.
Because here's the history. Their head coach against the Eagles is 1-6. Their head coach against Nick Sirianni has lost every single time, all 4 times. And in the playoffs, he has never beaten the Eagles. So with that in mind, if they're playing in Philly, especially if it's snowing or it's raining, they're not going to beat them. I'm not scared of them. And even with Seattle, they have Sam Darnold, who is a historic choker in the playoffs. So realistically, if they get knocked out, Eagles beat the Rams like I believe that they can. I'm not worried at all. The only 2 teams that I think in the NFC that scare me would be if we're playing in Chicago, the Bears, and if we're playing 49ers, because I do think even though everyone likes to sleep on them, they're just so talented and well coached.
And so this is their Eagles moment for the whole thing. And understand this: any team could beat anyone. So that
I mean, we have
and this is whatever.
Really ranked the best defense going into the playoffs for the NFC. So I'm just saying it's gonna be because of that defense, not because of our atrocious OC.
Just try to make it work. Okay, I got you. Make it work. So you're saying Denver comes to Philly, they're not winning.
I don't know why you're mentioning Denver. They're in the AFC.
Because you said any team, but you were saying anything, but you're saying any team. He thinks that Denver will be a team that you wouldn't be able to beat. I got you. I understand what you're saying.
I get what you're saying because of the regular season. I also know that game that those referees also got suspended because of their poor officiating, but I'm not going to solely blame the refs. They beat us in our house. That was good. Yeah.
You did.
Our team defensively can beat anyone in the NFC.
No. I'm saying you guys, your matchups would be bad. So a bad matchup for Philly.
It's not the Rams. It's definitely not the Rams.
The Rams will kill you. I honestly, I believe the Rams will kill you. And literally, we saw the game. Like we saw the game. If the referee doesn't move, like you would have lost that game. Like it's like it's like me saying that the Bears are going to kill Green Bay because I don't like Green Bay. It's like
Green Bay and your team match up very well.
You guys did the same thing. You played them early in the season. You're pretending like that didn't exist. So like you just bringing up bull crap. So let's move off the AFC, off this Philly thing, because this dude is crazy. But let's look at this. No one wants to hear that. You think Chargers need to win even though they're sitting Justin Herbert? No, I don't think so. What do you think? Because they're not just sitting Justin Herbert, by the way.
Nah, I mean,
Amari and Hampton sitting.
Yep.
Kamani Vidal will probably not play.
Or if he does, he plays just the first half. So no, no, they don't. They're fine.
You understand why he's asking though, because the standings, right?
Yeah. No, I get why, but no, they're making this decision because they don't care who they play. They don't care what goes on.
Well, I mean, if I had to choose between New England and Jacksonville, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, both teams would be very good. Although I would, if they got the Patriots, I think that would be a much better matchup for them. I think
know,
the
Jacksonville
Jags have been really hot, despite who they've been playing.
So was New England.
Yeah.
New England's very hot too. They're 13-3.
But then the only counter argument to that is look who the Patriots have played caliber wise compared.
It doesn't matter. They
I know
every team in front of them.
No, I know,
including the Bills.
I know. I'm not saying that they can't, because they didn't have a harder schedule, they didn't play actual caliber teams. Because then that's when what the playoffs are for. So now we'll see if it was just because of a Fugazi season or if it was truly because they are that team.
I don't know. I just think that they're young, and that's the team I want. I want to play the young team that has no experience in the playoffs. That's the team I want to play. But if I had to play Jacksonville, I'm not afraid of Jacksonville in any way, shape, or form. Trevor Lawrence is going to turn back into a pumpkin. You can easily we could be looking at this next week and saying that the second and third team in the AFC lost. But those same teams easily could be made in the AFC Championship game. That's how wide open this entire thing is. Let's see. Do you think the Texans can win without Nico?
Yeah.
I don't think
because of that defense.
Does it matter? That's my question to you. Does it matter if all three of those teams are 11-5? Does it matter? Do you think the Texans are afraid of the Steelers?
No, they're not afraid of anybody.
Are they afraid of Jacksonville? Are they afraid of New England? All three of those lower, but it's my point about the AFC. I think all three of the lower ranked teams, the 5, 6, 7, believe they're better than the 2, 3, and 4. All three of them. So if that's the case, then you don't care who you play. That's why if I'm there, I'm sitting everybody. I don't care. Whatever happens. We're just going into playoffs. Man on man, I think I'm better than you. The Bills think they're better than everyone in the AFC. The Texans right now believe they're better than everyone in the AFC. The Chargers literally think Jim Harbaugh is their coach. They believe they're better than everybody in the AFC. I'm telling you, I don't think they care. So if you say that, we said that. Fight who said, what's up, guys? PPR, do you believe James Cook is playing? And QB should be Stroud or Brissett?
Brissett.
And what's your reasoning?
Just because Brissett literally throws like 50 times a game. So he's going to be getting you so many points. Because I don't think the Cardinals are resting any of their major starters, are they? Are they resting Trey McBride?
I didn't see them resting Trey McBride, no.
So, expect him to get, there are 10, 15 targets, expect them to just throw that thing, and that's what they're going to do. And he might end up being their QB of the future if they don't want to keep Kyler Murray. He seems pretty prominent,
I think Jacoby Brissett is a good enough starter, but I don't think you ever bring your team. You draft someone young if you're going to have him. That's how it goes.
Well, then they could do that and trade Kyler, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can go play Call of Duty on the couch.
We overdo the Call of Duty thing.
But it's true. He literally talks about it. That's the problem. If he didn't talk about it so much, then we wouldn't.
We overdo it. I'm telling you, we do. It's interesting what you're saying because the running back thing. I thought that James Cook was really interesting. When I look at him, the question is, do the Bills want to win? How hard are they going to play? I think James Cook is playing. I don't believe they're going to sit him. So if he's there, you play him. That's just what it is. And he's going to be there. Stroud or Brissett?
I'm still looking at Brissett. But what would be your reasoning to pick Stroud?
I understand why you're saying Brissett. I think Stroud's a better player, and I think that the Texans could just say their defense is going to get the ball so much more opportunities. And if you look at their plays a game, the average plays a game for their offense, their offensive snaps are averaging between 70 and 90 snaps in a game, which is stupid. It's because their defense is so dominant. So that does give Stroud more opportunity. The questions are, will they even take that opportunity? I'm not sure. I'm going to still say I will still lean Stroud over Brissett, but Brissett is a player that I think is going to play a lot, and I think it's not as clear cut as we think. Do you understand why I'm saying that, though? Do you understand why I will go with them?
Not at all. No, I do. I get it. I do. I also think that if the Cards defense plays horrible, then you can make the same case for the Cardinals offense because they'll be on the field so much more.
That's true. That's true.
I guess it'd be cool to see who you're going up against, and then you really decide right there. Hey, do I really need to start this guy, or should I start this guy? Hey, Martin,
what's up, man?
Love the jersey.
The old Seahawks one. Yeah, it looks good. He looks really good.
All right.
Hey, buddy.
So
my connection is pretty bad, but
no, I just appreciate you coming in and seeing you for a little bit.
Of course.
Here's the question, though. So he's saying right now, would you go Stroud or Brissett for week 18?
Thinking.
No, it's going in. The connection's going in now. That's why he's trying to do it.
No, I know. It's just stuck on the thinking face, like he's in the museum being like, interesting.
I mean, it's a really interesting question overall.
But man, playing fantasy week 18 though, I would rather it start week 14 than 18.
It's so funny. He went back out. He went back out and then looked. He immediately started moving.
Anyways,
so I'm just going to read you guys my top 5 quarterbacks.
Sure.
I was trying to put it in order. I was looking at it right now for this week. I'll probably go May, Allen, Stafford, Trevor, Brock Purdy, Burrow, like probably Caleb Williams, Baker. But Baker's already played, so it's not good. And then I'll probably Stroud about like 8 or 9. And I'll probably have Brissett not far behind that, like 12. But I will go with the more talented player. That's the kind of one I'm going to stay with, the more talented guy.
That's it. I'm just going to stick with Brissett.
Okay. Let's go through the rest of these. See, defense team.
Yeah, we already did. Yeah.
The NFC South is so bad. The 2-10 Saints were one loss of being a win away from winning the division today. Wow. Can you believe that? That the Saints, if they would have won one game earlier in the season, this could be for them being in the division argument.
Is that true?
Is that really what's happening?
That because you said so bad that the 2-10 Saints, so that's 12.
But that was then. I believe the Saints are 6-10, right?
Yeah.
So if they're 7-9, and they're going to this game, they could have been 8-9.
Then they'd be 8-9.
They would the same
win. Yeah,
they'll be the same records as the damn Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You want to know what's crazy is I think in NFL history this is the second time, if it happens, that is, that a team goes to playoffs that has a below 500 record.
It's happened before because I remember Seattle just done it.
Yep. Yeah. Seattle did that back when I was in middle school. So that was like 10 plus years ago.
Middle school. 10 plus years ago, I was still an adult.
Yeah, old man.
I was 30.
Jeez, you're like, wait, where were you? Oh God.
10 years ago, I wasn't even in my 20s yet. Still, I was already about my 30s.
Don't say that. I'm about to be 30. Lord.
You're just about to be 30. That's crazy. I'm glad you said that. So you play who's on your schedule. Do you still put Drake May over Matt Stafford for MVP? No.
Yes.
No. Do I put Matt Stafford over or Drake May?
I put Drake May over Stafford because I think this last game proved why he should not be MVP. I think he just happened to get all the enough voters for Drake May to win it just because of how poorly he played.
Matt Stafford says another game.
Yeah, but if you're going to tell me that the last week's performance that he did, which involved pick sixes, just suddenly makes him magically still better than Drake May when Drake May's team.
You just said
Better.
that you just argued the opposite point, right? You literally just argue that they haven't played anybody yet. You want to give an MVP,
but MVP is different than strength of schedule. MVP also is not decided by us. It's decided by some players, decided by whoever's on the board. Whoever gets decided to vote, and they don't look at just stats, because if you look at just stats, then there are so many cases where Josh Allen should have won over Lamar that one year, or
Lamar should have won last year.
Should have won last year. Exactly. Yeah, no, but it's not based off stats. It's based off the resume. It's based off, how's your team doing? Could the Patriots still win as many games without Drake May? And the answer is no, they could not, because if that was the case, then Mac Jones could have done it.
Was anything you said of that's different than for the Rams?
For the Rams again. But
who has a better record,
who has better stats? And Stafford just had a horrible game.
Who has better stats? Okay, let me read you the two people we're talking about. Stats.
Don't be surprised when
no. So
I'm just saying.
I'm going to read. You said about stats, right? So I'm going to read you the stats. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Matthew Stafford.
Keep in mind, Patriots are a run first team. Everybody, keep that in mind.
Doesn't matter. You said the stats, so I'm going to read you the stats. Matthew Stafford has 65% completion rating. He's thrown for 4,448 yards. Yes, 42 touchdowns. He has 8 interceptions. And a quarterback rating of 108.8. Okay, let's look at Drake May. Drake May has now thrown for 4,203 yards. He has 30 touchdowns, was tied for third. He has 8 interceptions, the same, and it's a QBR of 76.5.
He's still gonna win. He's still gonna win.
The worst. So you're saying
didn't you just say that the Rams are such a stacked and most complete team? So then by default the Patriots are not, yet they have a better record, and that's all that they care about. MVP is not about stats. It's about, because if they have a complete
then why did you
team,
just say stats?
Because stats do play part of it. Because you brought up stats. You're like, according to stats, Matthew Stafford should be. I'm like, yeah, okay.
No, you said no. We can rewind the tape. You said stats. Drake May with stats deserves to be MVP. That's really what you said. It's literally what you said. And then I read you the two stats.
But according to you, you say the Rams are the most complete team, that they could beat anybody. That means by default, if Stafford was gone, they could still win games. And if you say no right now, that means that statement is false. Because if they have a complete team everywhere, that means that they're fine, even if Stafford were to miss time. That's what that means. Whereas Patriots, that is not the case. They are not a complete team without Drake May. And you can make the same argument also with Josh Allen with the Bills. That's why he realistically won it last year when he shouldn't have. Because without Josh Allen, the Bills go nowhere. That's what they look at. They look at stats. They look at, the pedigree. They look at, what's their record? Could they still be the same without him? If it was just purely off stats, I would agree with you. Because if it's just based off stats alone, then so many other quarterbacks would win it. Or Barkley would win it, or CMC would win it, or Henry would win it. But sadly, they don't give it to the actual players who deserve it, which would be the running backs. But,
So what's going to happen is Drake May is going to have one extra win and strength of schedule that's 50 points lower.
I know. And he's still going to win.
Just stop talking. God damn it. Stop talking. All right. So that's just it. You talk about strength of schedule. The Rams going to have a stronger strength of schedule. They're going to have one different win. Matthew Stafford's going to have more touchdowns, more less interceptions, and have more yards than everyone. So, and they beat a higher quality of competition, right? And all those things have happened, and you're going to say that no, it makes more sense to Drake May to win. And it's funny because I have no problem Drake May winning. I think your argument is full of holes and full of crap. So that's
and yet when he does win and we revisit this, it'll be because of those reasons. Should he win over Stafford? Like I told you, at the end of the day, if we're looking at stats and all that stuff, then no. But guess what? The NFL MVP, the way that they do it, is not the way that they should do it. So
my point is that your argument is talking in circles and doesn't have a complete. There's no reason a streamlined way of you saying that it should win, except for the fact that the NFL is going to choose who's going to win, and Drake May's going to win. That's all you can say. But there's no stat wise, there's no reasoning wise. It's not going to be who's the better team. No, none of those things are going to be for the Patriots. Like none of that works. Only thing that what it is he's a young guy. The narrative fits. They're going to vote for the narrative, and he doesn't do terrible. You know, he's a
Think
good
it matter though. Like they're probably going to be knocked out like right away.
100%. They're probably going to lose in the first
They're
round.
going to be knocked out right away. It doesn't even matter. Every team they face is like teams that aren't even like relevant on winning.
Mm-hmm.
Every single team that they probably beat one or maybe two good teams.
Mhm.
But the rest of their records, all teams that weren't even contending.
100%. And when you see
Why are we spending so much time on this team that's going to get knocked out like right away? Why?
Alex is
I'm serious. Like why? Like who's bringing them up?
he's worried about the Rams losing
No,
to the Philadelphia, beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
no, they're not going to win. They're
Go.
not going to win. Stop it. Stop with that narrative. I told you who the Eagles would have a hard time with. It's not the Rams.
Marty, you didn't hear what he said. He said, "I don't hate Lamar Jackson, but what if he tears his ACL?
No, stop.
What?
Stop.
Tears his ACL today." I was like,
No.
"Who says that?"
No, I did not say Martin. No, he loves
Guys,
spinning these little webs of narratives.
Did you say it?
I did not say that. All I said to you was that if the Ravens win, God forbid that if Lamar had the same injury as Mahomes, then the Ravens going to playoffs would be for naught. I still think the Steelers are gonna go. I didn't say that I wished injury for him. I said God forbid that
God
happens.
forbid it would be funny that he has the same injury as
No,
Mahomes.
stop it. It would be funny. Get
What I
out of
want to do
here.
is I want to cut that part up, and then next week when we're on, I'm just going to play him saying it. I'm just straight out of his mouth. Oh, okay. Let's go to the next thing.
Next thing.
Something else. So also the Seahawks defense is legit.
Yep.
McDonald has coached them well.
Mhm.
I
agree.
personally think McDonald should win Coach of the Year.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking they're doing pretty good. I'm actually rooting for them right now.
Mm-hmm. Their
I-
defense
I
is good.
Yeah.
Dude, your Charbonnet pisses me off so much. If it wasn't for Charbonnet, I would have had a great season. But
I told you it was Sharp's year. It was Sharp's year.
He's slowly taking that thing up, man. I think next year Charbonnet will be listed as a starter, or they'll start.
100%.
Or they'll start.
I think. Look, we had a good run with K9. K9 definitely is still valuable. Don't get me wrong. For dynasty purposes, he's still valuable. He's a very good
Yes.
2 now. Next season, I think he's going to be a 2, but a very strong 2.
He'll
So,
be a David
I wouldn't-
Montgomery to Gibbs type of thing. It looks like if Charbonnet doesn't get hurt,
True.
that's where it goes.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that though. If only the Ravens kept him and not Harbaugh. McDonald, no. I mean, Harbaugh's been around for 15 years.
He's had a decent amount
They
of
wouldn't
success.
change. They wouldn't change it up.
And he's been to the Super Bowl. He's been through the playoffs, and I wouldn't change that.
Mm-hmm.
So just about to finish this year with 0 interceptions and have a former NFL DB as their head coach. Wow. That's crazy. They have 0 interceptions the entire year. And you traded away.
When they got rid of their best DB.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, they got what? Did they get 2 firsts out of him? Or they got
Yeah.
first and second?
2 first.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is unfortunate what happened to him, but it is what it is. That is kind of part of the game. It sucks because I hope that he would have been a lot better for them. And I think because of that injury, I don't even think the Colts are in it anymore, right?
nope, they're out. They're
No,
100% out now.
Yeah. So that
No,
sucks.
I don't think I've ever seen a team have 0 interceptions. Like you play 2 or twice a year. Like you get nothing. You couldn't just stand in front of a ball and hit you in the chest at one point in time.
So then should someone be fired for that? Because that
It's
is
hard.
pretty egregious.
I agree, but I don't know if you fired a first-year coach. You gave him crap,
Oh,
and then you
I don't
took the
know,
rest of the crappy away, and you flushed that down the toilet. So you
But-
left the level with nothing.
But they didn't have anybody really. Like, yes, they had Garner, but for how long? Like a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And not even the great Sauce Garner couldn't have gotten any interceptions that entire time. So I probably because they didn't throw to his side, or I don't know. It just seemed very weird that they went that long without anything. I don't think I don't know. Here's the thing. Next year, by week 5 or 6, if they're 0-5 or 0-6 by then,
Yep.
I think that's when the defensive coordinator probably would be changed. But the problem is they wouldn't do just the defense coordinator, probably do head coach.
That's what I'm saying. I think the defensive coordinator is already going to be changed. My question is, do they get rid of Aaron Glenn immediately with the crap they gave him?
Probably. It's probably what it seems to me is what the Jets are probably going to do. It's just a whole reset, big old reset button. They're going to open up the lid, smash the big red button, the whole new slate, everything.
Would you
Like,
guys?
what's it really going to matter? What's it really going to matter if you switch out everything? Is it going to change from what they did this year? Absolutely not. If they get another 3 wins this season from next season, it's not going to change.
Would you be pissed off as you're the head coach if you went through this season, got all these first-round picks for the next 2 years, and get fired before they even get to use them?
Yeah, I would be, but at the same time, like, I know that I'm in this business that anybody is on the chopping block. Anybody. It didn't even matter how good you did.
I feel Alec about that.
But I would be pretty mad about it because you don't get to use those first round picks because there's going to be a lot of talent skill wise next year. Like the receivers next year are going to be big. They're all giants.
In 2027 especially, they're going to be huge.
Yeah, the next couple of years they're going to be huge. Now quarterbacks, it's a crapshoot. We've said this for the last 3 years. The quarterbacks, they're just not being developed the same way as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take probably until 2028, maybe 7, till we actually have a decent draft class. Next year's draft class, there's one guy. That's it. And even though he's not even.
I'm not even
sure
a big believer in that,
great.
honestly. Yeah, I'm not a big believer in them.
So I mean, but that's the one name we've been saying for the past couple of years. But I don't know. I don't know.
I might like Dante more than I like Mendoza personally.
I don't like Mendoza.
Yeah,
I can't stand the way he throws. I think that's going to get. They're gonna probably Tim Tebow him and try to change the way he throws, and that's not going to work out because he's been throwing like that for like the longest time ever. But I feel like that sidearm kind of 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to go 3/4, but his sidearm is not going to fly. It does help that he's tall, but I just don't know if it's going to.
Man, a 6'5" quarterback does help. You know.
Right. But he's throwing where the ball's being thrown. It's 5'11", 5'9", where his arm's probably getting thrown at. He doesn't throw over the top.
He throws
sidearm. I don't know. If anybody even seen Mendoza throw, like that's just the way he throws. But he scrambles a lot. So I just don't like the way he's been very lucky, is what I like to say. But
he's not fast though. He's not fast. That's why I thought it's interesting with him.
Well, but you don't have to be fast. You can still scramble, but he scrambles in order to give himself that perfect shot for his sidearm.
Patrick Mahomes does the same thing. Yeah. So I mean, whatever. I guess I got you.
Yeah.
How would you feel, Alec, about the whole? You're a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Whole first year to give you crap, and then you finally get these first round picks, and you get fired before you get to use them.
I mean, shoot, I would feel awful. Then again, it's happened so many times in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I think it happens for the reasons, not just because of the fans clamoring and people roasting you. I think there's a lot of things that we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and it's stuff that probably goes on in meetings. And if the decision maker doesn't like the direction that the coach is trying to put them in, then that's really what ultimately will decide it. I mean, I do think fans play a little bit of part of it, and media maybe, but I mean, we've been in locker rooms, you and I, and we know that a lot of that's just outside noise. You're supposed to just lock in and just ignore it. So to me, I think if they're firing the coach, it's, yes, the season review, it doesn't look great, but it's because there's certain aspects that he's bringing in there that they just don't want. And that would be the reason to fire them. But I do believe that most coaches, though head coach gets scrutinized the most, deserve at least 2 years to like really see if it really fleshed out the way that they want it to be. I think if anything, positional wise, deserves more flack than the head coach does, because they are what decides certain aspects of your team, like the OC or DC. If you're DC and this is a stat line, you have 0 interceptions. Why is that happening? What are we not doing that everyone else is doing right? I think those questions matter more to me than a head coach, especially if the head coach is not calling any plays. Then you have to look at the coordinators. And I think a lot of bad franchises, this is just my opinion, they don't look at just that. And they look at, oh, well, it's the head guy who's not telling them all what they need to be doing, and he should be the guy that's fired. In reality, a lot of times it could be simply a positional coach, or it could be a OC or DC or special teams. I mean, the Rams literally fired their special teams because they lost to the Seahawks.
No, because they lost multiple games from special teams.
Right, yeah, we're right. But losing to a rival doesn't help either. But you're right.
It's just so everyone is on the same page. So the Jets fired Steve Wilkes, I believe, December 15th or something like that. So they have an interim DC right now, Chris Harris, who's serving as DC. So they will have a new defensive coordinator going into next year regardless. Steve Wilkes lasted only 14 games, and he was the worst defense we've seen in a long time. So
yep.
All right, let's see the next question. I'm sorry. John says, I hate the MVP award because it is becoming a December Player of the Month award.
You are correct. And that's why a lot of us don't like it. And that's why we argue about it, because
I hate every single time they bring it up. I really do. And then sometimes people bring it up like week 2 or 3. I'm like, why?
Just wait to the end of the whole thing's over. Do a postseason award. Do it afterwards. Let's see the whole thing before we decide.
I do.
Yeah, this is the topic I hate. I really hate about that.
Bring back running backs and wide receivers winning MVP. Come on.
No, I mean, because the idea of value is so objective. I don't know. I don't like it.
Really, the top 100 players voted on the players, I think, is the one that I care more about, because it really showcases what everyone really thinks is the most valuable player. I don't think the MVP award itself, when it's decided by people who don't solely play the game or coach the game, is really fair. It's kind of like the Heisman in a sense. It's just a glorified stat thing that you get, or accolade, nothing more.
Said the Patriots is the real deal. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see in the playoffs.
And Pittsburgh still is going to beat Baltimore. In Pittsburgh. Yeah, in Pittsburgh, still, I hope they do win, because I don't think the Ravens deserved it. I think the Ravens are a bigger threat in the postseason. I think the Ravens are a bigger threat in the postseason. I think the Steelers deserve it more.
That's such an interesting take. It's almost like both sides of the coin. You're like, well, they don't deserve it, but if they get in, they should cause more. They should cause more trouble, but they don't deserve it.
They don't deserve, because they should have won. They shouldn't start 0-5. They didn't deserve the way the team was playing. I don't think they deserve to be in that playoff. But if they make the playoffs, no one wants to play them. No one wants to play them. But I will say this. I think the Ravens, because most likely you play the Texans, is what I'm thinking. They'll play the Texans. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson healthy is problematic for the Texas defense. Lamar Jackson is healthy is problematic for any defense, but for a defense that's primarily about getting rushed,
I'm
getting
about
live.
this year.
But
I'm sorry.
If he's healthy, if he's what we've seen this year, then it doesn't matter who they play. He's going
This year, Lamar Jackson has not been Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has been playing awful.
No,
Healthy or not, he's been playing awful.
So if we're going
I
on
don't
just
know
this year,
if this is the same Lamar we've been getting.
but he's not healthy, and that's what. And
Well,
I don't think you can get healthy either.
you
That's the other thing.
can't get healthy in a week, and then you're going to go out back there in 7 days and get banged up again. You can't. I don't think that in any shape or form the Ravens are going to advance.
No, I think that that if they're in the fourth quarter and they're trailing by a lot, they should just pull them, just for safety. They should, because we saw what the Commanders did when they didn't do that, just because they were fighting for a potential chance to get into the 7th seed.
So you don't want him to tear his ACL?
No,
They're not going to. I don't think they have the enough power right now to advance far into the playoffs. I'm thinking that they're probably going to lose today, tonight.
TJ Watt is playing, guys.
Yep.
So that's a big thing.
It's look. I don't think anything's going to happen tonight. Tonight's it's probably going to be, I'll say 28-14.
I think it'll be closer than that, but
Yeah, me too. Because Aaron Rodgers has.
They're gonna have to run a lot if they have to do that, but I don't think that.
100%.
Yeah, it's the Pittsburgh defense will probably have enough skill set to stop him.
Do you realize that Derrick Henry's going to have another year over 1,500 yards?
no. And at his age, the king don't stop. That's what's impressive.
Like, remember those fumbles he had at the beginning of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 fumbles he had. We were like the first 4 games. He had 4 fumbles. He hasn't fumbled since. He has
But
15.
that's the start of the deterioration of him. That's the start.
His start is like still the 3rd best.
I know, but it's coming, man. Look, like for Dynasty, I want him out. Just go. Like I want him out. I love the man. You are by far king. I will give you that. You are king of running backs, 100%. But please, just leave. I want him out of Dynasty because it's ruining our. It's just everything. He is now part of the book that I want out. He
runs the playoffs because you have Derrick Henry. No matter what seed you're in, all of a sudden you'll get all these points at the end of the season because that's all
he just scored like 45. What week 16?
Yep.
Hey, get out of here, man. Get out of here. I'm done. I don't know. I hate it.
Here's another one though. How close is CMC to win MVP?
None, because they don't give it to They don't give it to running backs. I'm so done with MVP, man.
Anthony.
CMC would have had to be at the top of the running back list and the top of the receiving list for him to be considered
MVP.
Ooh, here's a good question though. Between Henry or CMC, who's going to win offensive player? Since that one can be won by a running back or wide receiver.
James Cook.
You think James Cook's going to win over them?
Yeah, I can see James Cook figuring out a way to do it. James Cook, Henry. Jonathan Taylor still have more yards than Henry. Christian McCaffrey still has more all-purpose yards, but Bijan probably has more all-purpose yards than McCaffrey. I believe Bijan has more all-purpose yards than even McCaffrey. So like it's gonna be like between those 4, like Bijan, Cook, Derrick Henry, and Christian McCaffrey. Because when you look at all-purpose yards, it changes everything. You'd be surprised. So I don't think he's even close to being MVP, but I don't even know if he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. But San Francisco won. I think that's the difference. San Francisco won, and we did not see any winning coming from Atlanta. But when they're good, they're good.
Yeah, or even the Colts. So I guess so that's why I brought up Henry or CMC, because if the Ravens do win, and if it's because of Henry that they win, then if you had to pick between those two, who are you going to give it to? That's the hard part.
That's difficult. I don't have a good answer for that. So Bijan has 810 receiving yards this year. Christian McCaffrey has 924, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he could easily have 1,000 yards receiving this year. Or he could have, not anymore.
Right.
Because Bijan still has a whole nother game, so he can end up with 900 receiving yards right now. Bijan also has, I want to say, 1,445 rushing yards. So Bijan is going to have more all-purpose yards than Christian McCaffrey. So at the end of the day, I think Christian McCaffrey doesn't have anything for an MVP. He's just up there for Offensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
I think that solves that question.
If Ravens miss the playoff, is John Harbaugh's job on the line?
Well, let's ask this: is Mike Tomlin's job on the line if they miss the playoffs? Because I'm pretty sure the answer is the same. No.
They'll keep him.
No. Yeah, no matter what,
They'll keep him. They're not going to fire him. They'll keep him.
Because who you going to get better?
There's nobody out there on the market that probably be available for them to replace now. It will take another season for them to switch everything up.
Yeah.
I don't think that right now there's any talks of anybody leaving who would be high enough. Usually around this time is when we start hearing who's going to get cut, who's going to go for a new head coach job, because Black Monday's coming around the corner. I don't think Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh's going to stay another season. If they repeat what they did this season, absolutely.
I think they have to. Both have to walk away. I don't think either team would fire them. They'll have to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a fancy question, guys. Chris Pastor says, Diggs, Pickens, or Trevion, full PPR, sit one.
Week 18.
It's difficult, right? But the reason why this is Pickens, you probably don't sit because Dak is there. So as long as Dak is there, you're not going to sit him.
Yeah, you can't sit Pickens, and you're probably going to go Trevion Anderson.
Because Ramondre's been playing and doing well. So, yeah, I think that's the right answer.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I don't know. Anthony, why do you have us in week 18? Now, Anthony's here. Why do you have us in week 18? I can mess with him. I could tell him, why are you having us in 18? What?
No one should be playing in week 18.
No, nobody. Look, here's the problem with week 18. Week 18, for example, we have Diggs and Trevion Henderson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Playoff contending team. They know they're going to make the playoffs. They know they're going to be in. If they up by so much, like score-wise, they will bench these guys to keep them healthy, especially since it's Miami. They will probably bench them third quarter, which means that costs you on your week 18 fantasy playoffs. Anthony, you know this. You've been here. Like, why? I just realized, I'm like, why am I playing in week 18? I'm over here starting Dak and stuff. Like, what the hell?
I didn't make the playoffs, so I don't care.
No. Then why? No. Well, that's because you suck, my friend. Like, you should have made the week 17, bro. Week 17. So don't be playing week 18. Play of all. Like, go back to your commissioners and tell them, like, listen, next year we are stopping at week 17. Why? Because playoff contending teams will bench their players in the third or fourth quarter, depending on how high are they on these seeds, or also how high are they on their final week of the scoring. It happens every year, and that's the problem with it. So
can't argue. So I thought offensive player, it doesn't include JSN.
Hmm?
So you don't think he's thinking? So you're saying JSN shouldn't be considered offensive player of the year, even though he has almost 1,800 yards receiving this year.
I only answered the running back because of the CMC thing. That's the only reason why. Because should CMC win MVP? That's the only reason why. No, of course he should have an opportunity to win Offensive Player of the Year. That's why I said earlier that that's the reward for running backs and wide receivers. Actually, Here's a question, because I don't know. Maybe you do, Brian.
Okay.
What was the last time a tight end won Offensive Player of the Year? Has that ever happened?
I don't think tight ends ever won Offensive Player of the Year. Even Tony Gonzalez, I don't think even won Offensive Player of the Year.
I'm gonna look that up actually.
But Tony Gonzalez will be the one that you check. He'll be the one who changed everything. He'll be the one that could have won it. Anthony says, I think Mike Tomlin will walk away before getting fired. Yeah, I think they won't. I don't think they'll ever fire him. So yeah, I think he will walk away and go to say, I want to try something else. I think something needs to be different. Let's see. I could see him walking away.
Yeah, it says
tight end never won.
Yeah. Man, that'd be crazy. Imagine what would you have to do to be a tight end to win that? Would you have to have like almost 2,000 all-purpose yards and like
you have to be the best. You have to be the best blocker, and you have to have probably like 1,500 yards, and I'm gonna guess 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, man, whoever does that, and if he's on your fantasy team, man, you're gonna be the happiest guy in the world.
If Tony Gonzalez couldn't do it, I don't know if any tight end could do it. Because Tony Gonzalez was putting numbers up that just don't make any sense.
No, it's true. I am excited for when that day does happen. He will definitely have my vote if I could vote.
All right, we got a question from Michael Payne. He says, Kyron Williams or Henderson or Harvey or Monangai or Wright? I need two.
Ooh, okay. I kind of like the right play, to be honest. That's kind of exciting because I liked him coming out of college. I also really like Harvey or Monangai a lot too. I guess I'll go Harvey and Wright. I'll go a little bit different. So
you need this to win.
I'm assuming.
Because I'm looking at Kyron Williams has been spending a lot of time with Blake Corum. But going against Arizona, I think you have to. Kyron Williams has been averaging almost 16 points a game. I don't think I can not play Kyron Williams. Okay.
Yeah, he's a safe play.
Travion is 15 points, usually right around him, right around there. Monangai depends on what's going to happen with Swift, right? So if they're going to run the ball, but they're still going against a decent defense in Detroit, I'm thinking Monangai is a 10 or 11 point guy. RJ Harvey is very much the same point with 10 or 11 point guy. Right is a question. I'm not sure where I
can't go right.
You're all right if you go right.
No, you are not.
He's down by 20.
Right. You are right on the money of dead space of I don't know of a high upside or could be a big fat zero.
I can even see the Rams try to run up the score so they could sit their starters. That's another reason why you think Kyron Williams should be able to play.
I'm going Henderson. Man, it's got to be Henderson. I want to say Harvey, but because they know they're in the playoffs, it could be Monangai. But they're in the same situation.
But it could be Kyron Williams for the same reason, for the exact same reason, and depending who wants to be the fifth seed.
Oh, I hate Week 18s.
There is one silver lining that is a general blanket statement. So do with this as you will. But typically for teams, especially when it comes to rookies, the more experience that they gain, the better. So I feel like it'd be harder for them to sit Harvey or Monangai, let's say, versus Williams, who already has miles on him. I feel like Harvey and Monangai would be more likely to play. Same with Wright. So that's why I picked those three. And Henderson, it's only because Patriots don't like to just use him as a sole back for some stupid reason. But, yeah.
When I look at this, I think the Rams are actually playing for 5th or 6th seed, and I think that matters. Because whoever gets the 5th seed that's a huge win. That's a huge win for them because they're going to go dominate whoever comes out of the NFC South. So I feel like the Rams will play, and they're going against Arizona. So when you're looking at them, I think that we might see Kyron Williams get 15, 16 points and sit the second half, but still come up with 15, 16 points. Travion has Ramondre Stevenson that he has to contend with. So that's what scares me with that. RJ Harvey doesn't have anyone there, but their offense is not potent, and they are already locked into their seats. So I don't know how much I don't think they sit RJ Harvey. So you know what? I just talked myself into Harvey. It's going to be Kyron Williams and RJ Harvey right there.
There we go.
I just talked myself into RJ Harvey because it makes sense. Monungai the Bears might not just lean on Monungai because he's been such a good running back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if I was ranking, I'll go Kyron Williams and RJ Harvey. Henderson and Monungai are close too. I really don't care. I think that this works. I will go Kyron Williams and Harvey, but I understand Henderson and Monungai. And I think Wright will play the whole game, but I don't think he's in the same class.
I'm going Henderson.
I just really like that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Henderson and Harvey. Just because, well, Henderson's a lock-in. And that's only because he has Stevenson, and because they are a playoff team, they're going to utilize them both. This is the problem with the Week 18, guys.
And the Patriots are locked in.
Backs like that, they're going to have a shared amount, and they're not going to want to overdo it on one guy. They're going to split it. Regardless of the situation, they're going to split it. Harvey has nobody. That's the problem.
Yep. That's why we both we're Harvey, right? Because
all three of us are Harvey.
Yeah, right. So they
have to win.
Yeah, the only place I think we differ in mostly is I'm the only one who's picking Wright and Harvey.
I don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to do anything.
That's fine.
And I think Kyron Williams will have points, but I understand Travion Henderson too because those are like those three make sense totally. All three of those guys make sense. But Harvey for me, Harvey's the guy you have to play because you know they're going to have to run the ball with him because there's no one else there, and they need to win this game. If they lose the first round bye. Yeah,
I'm going Henderson and Harvey.
Because both those teams both need this game. So yeah, I have no problem with going Henderson and Harvey. I have no problem with Henderson and Harvey. I think Kyron is my guy, but I would have no problem with that either. So yeah, but Harvey's a definite for me, especially. And then you think down by 20, you need to go with the higher end guys that are going to have opportunity to get as much. You know, so I have no problem with it. I have no problem with that.
Of course, happy to help.
All right, real quick, guys. I gotta bring you guys in. My bad.
Gosh, wow! You want to do this yourself? Fine then.
All right. This is the last week. I'm going to have everything tallied up for all of our stuff by Wednesday.
You don't want to continue. How close are we?
We're not.
We actually are very close because of my last two games.
Through the playoffs?
Are we going to hold it to the playoffs? I was going to do a regular season final.
And then
it depends on how close we are. Are we all within 4 games?
Yes, all 4 of us are within 4 games. All 4 of us are within 4 games.
How far ahead are you, I guess?
2. Only 2 games up. 2 games. I'm actually only 2 games up on Martin.
I don't know. Here's what we do. We could end it here, regular season. You would win regular season after this week if I don't catch it. I don't know.
You can literally. That's why I say you can literally catch up because I already have 1 loss from yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I already have 1 loss from yesterday, so that's why I'm like I don't know, but let's go ahead, put it up, and we'll decide if we're going to continue it. I will have our final scores, and then we could decide from there.
I'm glad that the Bucs won. I purposely picked the Panthers so the Bucs would win.
Well, I'm 1-1. Are you 1-1 from yesterday's games?
I'm 1-1.
He is, yes.
So okay, let's go. Colts, Texans.
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 I mean, close.
Yeah, me too. And then I even started Old Man Rivers either. They give him a ceremony, so snap and that's it. Browns, Bengals.
Bengals, why not? You mean smoking gun Joe Burrow?
Bengals. Yeah.
It's hard not going with a better team, right?
Yeah.
If they don't win, they got to blow up that team. But they just signed all that contract. So I want Bengals too. Why not? Even though I do believe Myles Garrett does break the record today.
We'll find out next week when we're celebrating or we're going. TJ Watt still holds on.
Saints, Falcons. This matters a lot.
Give me the Who Dat Saints to win as the underdogs.
To take the Falcons, yes, and I'm taking the Falcons too.
Nah, I'll pick the Saints. Who Dat Nation, rise up.
I think the Falcons they're the most underachieving team in this entire season. I believe they have more talent than half the teams that are going to be in the playoffs.
They do. I'm telling you, they still piss me off to this day. I've been saying this for years. They beat the good teams and lose against the weak teams. Now they're here's what I was talking about this yesterday. They should have been playing the way they're playing now the last couple weeks. Weeks like at the beginning of the season, they're just out here crushing dreams now. That's all they're doing.
Like literally, you see the Buccaneers saying like, please lose, and they're just going like destroyed.
Yeah, they can decide if they want who they want in the playoffs.
100%.
Honestly, they should win this game and have the Panthers go so they can have a higher draft pick and a worse draft pick rather than have the Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers need more pieces than the Panthers do. The Panthers are just very young. That's it.
That's true. All right. Green Bay, Vikings.
I'll go Vikings.
You go Vikings? Okay. And what'd you say, Martin?
Yeah.
I think Green Bay is going to sit a lot of players.
Yeah.
I think they're going to sit because they won that division, basically, right? Yeah.
The Bears already got the division locked up.
Yeah, and
right, but the Packers can still make it in. They're
stuck at 7. No, they're locked in.
They're already locked at 7.
They're going to sit. So even if they lose it, yeah,
it doesn't matter. Lose or win, they're 7.
I'll go Vikings.
And then the game of the week.
As much as I want to go Green Bay, I will never choose Green Bay. It doesn't matter. I will never choose you.
Okay. And then obviously the game of the week, wink, wink. The
Titans.
hardest matchup. Oof.
Titans versus Jags.
Ooh. Nasty work. Give me the Jaguars.
I'm going Jags. I don't care if it's the backups.
Oh, man.
I don't care who's playing. All right. Dallas Giants.
Dallas.
That team from Texas that say they're from Dallas, but they're not actually from Dallas.
The Arlington Heights, Cowboys, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, Cowboys.
All right. Arizona Rams. Yep.
Rams.
And this is why I've been able to keep my lead over Martin, because we picked the same team. It only differed on the Bears. Literally, that's how I kept my lead.
Isn't that how Mark is? Mark is the only reason, because of the Bears, why he's so far down.
It's exactly why. He went opposite Bears every time, and he lost every game. All right, Chiefs, Raiders. Fuck.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Raiders are fine for that first draft pick. Let's go. Come on, first pick. Let's go. Come on, Raiders Nation.
I think this is the Chiefs, and this would be Travis Kelce's goodbye.
Send off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch that game just because.
See Taylor Swift 15 times. All right, Washington Eagles.
Go Birds, baby.
Eagles.
Even with their backups in, this will be a staple game for McKee.
I'm gonna go Washington. So make it interesting for everybody. Because if I come back, I come back a little bit. All right, Pats, Miami.
Pats. And then if they win, do they get the 1 seed, or do they still need Broncos to lose one?
They get
They win the tiebreaker. So Broncos win the tiebreaker over the Patriots.
Okay, so then they would need. Okay,
so they need this one. Yeah, it's going to be New England.
So they need to win this, and they need Denver to lose
to get the higher seed to get the bye week. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chicago, Detroit.
Now, only because this makes Brian nervous, if I pick his Bears, I'm going to pick the Bears to win. The Bears to win. Give me that second seed, baby. Right. The Bears to win.
Whatever. I'm picking the Bears. Detroit. Okay, good. All right. You saved it.
Look, Detroit is known for being dickheads at the end of the season. And they love disrupting dreams, and they did it. They do it all the time. I'm gonna do the Lions.
I think so. I think I think the Bears are either going to play the Packers or they're going to play the 49ers again. One way or another. I think
either way, they're going to beat the next following team.
I think so too.
So I think the Lions will win this one.
Okay. Or Chargers, Broncos.
Broncos, because they want to keep their seed.
100%.
That's right, because Herbert's not playing, right? So then, yeah.
No, Herbert's not playing. Amari Hampton's not playing. Kamani Vidal is not playing.
Broncos then. Although, don't be surprised if it's not a blowout, because their offense is playing stupid conservative, and that's not a good look going into playoffs, typically.
Dude, if they lose to the Chargers, then Chargers win just all defense. That's going to say a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Denver loses in the first round. They've only lost 3 games the entire year. I mean, second round, obviously, because the
right.
Yeah, because they bye. Don't be surprised they lose that first round.
Yeah.
They're their first matchup, because to me they're literally the AFC version of the Eagles. Great defense, but their offense just looks too conservative, and it pisses everybody off.
But I trust the Eagles more than I'll freaking trust the Broncos.
Yeah, wow.
And it starts at running back for me. It starts at running back. RJ Harvey, who's my running back? I just don't trust him yet.
I like him though. I really, really like him. He's good for breakaways. He needs
a year. I don't think he's.
Well, he's going to be the starting next year, I think, because they only got JK for 1 year, right?
Yep.
So
JK was a rental. Mm-hmm. So, all right, we got the things locked in. I need Mark to send me his, and we'll go from there.
Perfect. This was a fun one, guys. Despite it being week 18, everyone's least favorite week. It's a fun one.
It is awful. We'll have to go through our awards next week. We can decide who wins the regular season awards, and we'll vote on that. And I'll put polls up for you guys also, so you guys can tell us who you guys want too. So we'll do that at the same time. Also, we're at 499 subscribers.
All right, making an alt account now. Just kidding.
We need one more to get our 500 subscriber person, and then we'll be able to send our new jersey again. We'll have a chance to do another jersey giveaway. Mario will take care of it, and then who wins, we now have our own account, so we can just go ahead and buy our own stuff. So it works out. But yeah, we'll have a jersey for Dynasty Pylon on the back where you choose the team. It's a nice stitched jersey for you. We'll get it to you guys as soon as possible. Whoever wins, we'll have that. I think we'll have all the details of the next week, so we'll be able to tell you how we're going to do it and go from there. We'll do some type of video, and we'll have some fun with it.
Mm-hmm. That sounds fun to me.
All right, Mark, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I'm good. Good luck on the week 18s if you're playing week 18s.
Man, that's terrible. All right, last question. How many coaches will be going next week? 6 or lower?
I'm gonna say lower than 6.
Can I just say 6 flat? Probably not, right? Over 6 or lower. Sure. I guess I'll go lower.
I'm also going lower. I think it's going to be around like 4.
Mm-hmm.
4 is a good number. I think.
Well,
4.
knowing Anthony, all he said was coaches. He didn't specify head coach. He could, they're this offensive coordinator coach. He's gone, so that counts as over 6 guys. Come on now.
If we're going to talk about head coaches, 6 or lower for sure. It's not going to be head coaches. Overall, coaches will move. It's going to be 6 or higher coaches moving around.
All coaches, yeah.
100%.
I caught you there, Anthony. Caught you there.
No, that's a good, you can't, like, that's a good catch because it's Anthony, he's going to specify. But yeah, if that question is to head coaches, it's going to be 6 or lower for sure.
I'm looking at 4. I'm looking at Stefanski, McDaniel, and Gannon, and possibly Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
Those are 4 I'm looking at, and then I don't think Pete Carroll is fired or not, but those 4 I think are going to be going.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, I can't wait for us to be able to talk about this. We can watch football. You can sit down, get your pizza together, get your wings together, get the foot. We enjoy football because the greatest weekend ever comes in next week.
Mm-hmm.
Wild card weekend is the greatest weekend of all time. Can't wait. I think we're going to do some type of a special presentation. Even if it's just me talking to you guys early for Wild Card weekend. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then get you guys prepared because I love this weekend. I literally do. But
let's go.
I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you guys for all things you giving us through this regular season. And can't wait to give you guys more content through the playoffs and have a lot of fun and then start having the breakdown of all these new rookies coming in for the draft. And if you have commissioners who have an early draft for the day, I'm sorry. Dickhead. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Go Bird, dickhead.
I'll see you on the Panda Grizzly Show on Tuesday, and then we'll do Dynasty Pile on Wednesday. So until then, we'll see you later. Peace.